Welcome to the Hilton Head Livin podcast. I am your host, O.T. Gibbons. The mission with all of our content is to make sure you know everything going on in Hilton Head. All the best places to go, all the biggest events going on, and everything you need to know to get the most out of your time on the island. I'm joined as always by the star of our content, my co-host, my beautiful wife, Jessica Gibbons. How you doing, Jess?
I'm all right. I'm a little under the weather. I have a little bit of a head cold, so I apologize if I sound weird or cough or anything.
All right. Yeah, she's been fighting a little bit of a cold. On this episode of the podcast, we're going to be talking about things to do in Hilton Head this weekend, upcoming events that you need to look out for. We're going to be talking about our favorite new thing that we tried last week, and we're going to be answering the people. So with that, Jess, why don't we get into the things that are happening this weekend in Hilton Head?
Well, it's finally time for the Seafood Festival. Woo! We've been talking about it a bunch. It's finally here. It's all week through 19th to the 25th. The main event is Saturday the 24th from 1 to 4:30 at Honeyhorn, which is where the Coastal Discovery Museum is. Huge area, lots of space, lots of room for parking. Parking's free, super easy, can get in and out easily too. And we're really excited. Should be a lot of great food. Tickets are $20. Like we've said before, we haven't been, so this is our first time. We're excited. And it does seem like the tickets are just to get you in, and then it seems like you need to pay for the food or drinks there when you get there. And It looks like there's going to be a lot of music. It looks like it's going to be beautiful weather, 60 degrees and sunny. Can't wait for it.
Yeah, very, very excited. Really hope I'm here for it. I may have to travel for work. There's a small chance, but if I'm not there, my brother's going to go. We're going to have full coverage of the event, let you guys know what we think of it, but seafood and Hilton Head, it does not get any better than that.
And then on the 23rd, Pulsology is having an inflatables parents' night out. So it's just right over the bridge. So I guess technically Bluffton, it does say it's the Hilton Head location. It's in the same little shopping center as Oddbirds, across the street from the Moss Creek Furniture, so not too far away. And I guess you can kind of drop your kids off. It's for kids of 5 to 12. And I guess lots of inflatables. There's going to be tons of games. There's going to be dodgeball, basketball, kickball, and obstacle course. It sounds like so much fun. Tickets are $50 and pizza is included in that. So drop your kids off so they can have a fun time and you can have a nice date night out too. The 24th, Move Fitness in Bluffton is having an open house where they're going to have free 30-minute classes all day, and they're going to have specials on classes and on membership, and they're going to end the day with a 45-minute sound bath for only $5. So it's a yoga studio. I did aerial yoga there. Very cool. It was a lot of fun. The instructors are very knowledgeable, super nice. So go check it out if you have time. It should be a lot of fun. Then that evening on the 24th, Low Country Fresh in Sea Pines will be hosting a 4-course cooking demonstration. So there'll be a salad, there's going to be shrimp and fried green tomatoes, grouper as the main dish, and bread pudding as the dessert. So go to lowcountryfresh.com and click shop to sign up for that. It's $80 and they can only fit 30 guests. So make sure to go sign up now. And with those meals, there's a lot more to it. I was just giving you the very gist. You can see online all the stuff that comes with it. There's a bunch of great vegetables and other stuff in those each meal too. On the 29th, the Hilton Head Dental Spa is changing their name to Hilton Head Med Spa, and they're having a grand opening and a ribbon cutting at 5:30. There's going to be champagne, hors d'oeuvres, special prizes, a raffle, and goodie bags. Sounds like a lot of fun. I'm going to try to go to that. I think I'm getting back that evening, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, but if I'm here, I'm going to be going to that. Sounds like a lot of fun. And I had the Diamond Glow facial there. That was really nice. My skin looked really good afterwards. It helped to get rid of a sunspot. So if they're going to have specials on their services, definitely go and get something. It's definitely going to be worth it. So that's all that we have going on for this upcoming week. And then events for the future, there is on the 3rd, Hilton Head Bold Beer and Cigar Festival at the Shelter Cove Park from 3 to 6. And tickets are $34 to $42. So you can have some great beer and good cigars there too. We'll bring you more information on that coming up. Then on the 4th to the 6th, we have the Darius Rucker College Golf event at Long Cove Club. Your parents went last year, right?
Yes, yes. My parents went last year. The parking is across the street. They will shuttle you in. It is free to get into. There is food there that you can buy. There's going to be the member area, but then there's also for the people just coming in to watch the event. They've got all this food set up and everything. My dad has trouble walking and said it was a really easy walk around the golf course. The women out there are awesome. They have so many great teams. Mom said University of Kentucky, University of South Carolina, teams from all over the place. She is not a huge golf fan, but she really, really enjoyed it. My dad just absolutely loved it. There are amazingly talented golfers. The golf course is spectacular viewing, really, really nice place to go watch some golf. And just overall, really good environment, really good event, and really looking forward to going to check it out this year.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited for that too. And if you want specific information, all the times of when people are going to be playing, you can go to longcoveclubdri.com. And then a new event coming up that we haven't mentioned yet is the Wing Fest on March 23rd at Low Country Celebration Park. And tickets are $10 for general admission. And then you do need to buy tickets to then get your wings or your drinks or anything else. So if you go to their website, they have different packages of how many tickets you get for different prices. And I do know that one wing is 2 tickets. And then as we've been talking about, the Wine and Food Festival is on the 30th, end of March. Excited to go to that too. We'll make sure to keep you updated on that.
Yes, that is something we know she's excited about. This definitely been mentioned a lot on the podcast. It's probably the first event that we're going to get a chance to go back to, a repeat. So it'll be really exciting. We're going to start getting into the stuff that we've been to before and really excited to share new experiences from those events. That's going to be really fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, the RBC is also coming up. April's not far away. You're going to have the Masters. We're getting into the Players' Championship, the Masters, and then the RBC is right around the corner. So a lot of good stuff coming up.
Yeah, I'm going to the RBC for the first time this year too, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and then we've also got all the spring break stuff coming up as well. It's going to be a very, very busy spring. Very exciting.
Excited for the warm weather.
So last week was a huge week. We had our first event for Hilton Head Livin, and we want to recap that. That was the biggest thing in our lives last week. That was the biggest new thing that we tried, obviously, because we've never done it before. Jess, how was the event? Tell us all about it.
It was so fun. It was a success. We had about 40 women there. Everybody seemed to have a great time. Enchiladas was amazing. They made specialty drinks for us. They had great happy hour prices. They basically set up the room for it. They had some decorations, set up the room. I talked to them about how I want it set up. They did it. I offered to help, and they're like, no, we got it. They then cleaned up afterwards, too. It was great. So if you need to host an event, a big birthday party, or just need a private room, Enchiladas has a back room for no fee. And it's a good-sized room, too. So, and technically, if you have a really, really big thing going on, they actually have another back room behind that, too, they can use. So it was great. The DJ Rich was awesome with the music bingo. He did awesome. He does restaurants during the week in Hilton Head. He does Tito's on Tuesday and Hilton Head Tavern on Thursday, so go check him out. He was a lot of fun, kept the energy up and going. I think everybody had a great time. We had great raffle prizes for those who won a bingo. There was goodie bags, swag bags that had a ton of great stuff with it. Everybody was really surprised and really happy with what they got.
And who were all the people that were contributing to events? So many great businesses on the island that we absolutely can't thank enough for being a part of it. You've got to check out, obviously, Enchiladas. Like, you've got to go eat there. The margaritas, the food is amazing. The service is amazing. You have to go check it out. If you're here on spring break, it's great for kids. Awesome spot. But there are a bunch of other companies that were involved. So thank you to them. And who were they?
There was F45. There was Chronic Golf and Games. There was Spa Glow Wave for facial, Stretch Lab, Pure Salt Studios. Downright Charming was Permanent Jewelry. She was there too, doing bracelets, and she gave away a free bracelet too, so that was a lot of fun. That was a last minute addition. We were really happy about that. Move Confident Activewear gave a prize, and Restore gave really good gift cards in all of the swag bags, so definitely go use those coupons.
She was going to Restore Wellness right after the event to make sure she got the IV drip, to make sure she got taken care of.
I had a little too much fun that night. I was feeling it the next day, so I went to Restore to get my hydrating IV drip to make it better.
And a special shout out to our videographer, Shots by Ian. Please make sure you go check him out on Instagram, TikTok. He's building his business. He can do an amazing job featuring any business. He's doing events, whatever you need. This kid is so talented. It's unbelievable. Go check out his content. Shots by Ian on Instagram and TikTok. Just unbelievably talented. We're going to have a bunch of footage from the event. We're going to tag him in everything. All of these businesses, all of these people that contributed, thank you so much. And we are definitely going to be hosting another event. We're kind of working out the details on what the next one's going to be. The guys will be involved this time. I'm not sitting the next one out. Let us know what you all would like us to do as the next event. We'd love some input. We've got a bunch of ideas. We've talked about golf. We've talked about the Derby. We've talked about Cinco de Mayo. We've talked about all kinds of different stuff that we could do. So please give us your input and let us know what you think we should do. So lately, the number one question that we've been getting is we've been getting asked all kinds of questions about spring break. That's coming up. It's right around the corner. March is here in a couple weeks. But people have been specifically asking us about things to do in Sea Pines, and we know that there's a lot of little tips and tricks that we can provide people. My parents actually live there, so really looking forward to getting into this and giving you some insight into Sea Pines specifically for when you're visiting.
So the biggest thing is if you're not staying in Sea Pines, you can still get in there. There's a $9 gate fee. Just make sure you stay to the right. Yes. The left is for people who already have passes and can just go straight through. You're going to hold them up. Everybody's going to get annoyed. So just make sure you stay to the right and have cash. That's important to know too. A lot of people kind of know that already. But what I recently learned is you can actually get that $9 back by dining at some of the restaurants in Sea Pines. And those restaurants are Fraser's, Coast, Quarter Deck, Harborside Bakery, and Lynx. So if you go to, they're all great restaurants, delicious. So if you go to one of those, just let your server know and they'll take the $9 off of your check.
Some of the things that I'm aware of is you can obviously go check out Lawton Stables. That's a great spot. You could also go to the Plantation Club and buy a bag of golf balls. Maybe you don't want to pay the fee to go play, but you could go, you pay the $9 to go in. You could go eat at Fraser's, buy a bag of golf balls, and just hang out at the Plantation Club that afternoon. If you want to get your dad, you want to get some time away from the kids, or if you're somebody new to golf and you want to get a golf lesson, like really good spot to hang out there as well.
Yeah, obviously everybody knows about Salty Dog Cafe, but they also have a bunch of little shops, and there's a ice cream shop down there. There's a bunch of water sports stuff down there. I've done kayaking down there. It's a lot of fun. You can see dolphins there and stuff too. There's also the Stony Baynard ruins on your way down to South Beach too, which is really cool. They have a good amount of old little ruins that they're kind of just tucked into the trees there. There's a sign on the road. It's a nice little peaceful place. Really cool to learn some history.
Yeah. And then the other side of it would be going to the Harbortown Harbor, which is obviously really, really fun. That's got quarter deck, amazing view of the 18th hole of the Harbortown golf course, which is also a very short walk from the actual harbor if you wanted to go check it out. There's a whole neighborhood there, so you can actually go walk the Harbortown course. Again, it's pretty expensive, so if you didn't want to play it, you could just go walk it. It's a beautiful walk. It's an immaculate course. The harbor's got all kinds of places that you can go check out. There's so many events going on there too, like definitely a spot that you could visit and go check out.
There's a lot of cruises go out from there too, vagabond cruises. So they have dinner, sunset, dolphin cruises. That's where the kids' pirate cruise that we've talked about a bunch of times, they go from there too. And then a lot of people don't necessarily know that you can walk up the lighthouse for $5. There's a little gift shop at the bottom too. So you just go in there at the desk, pay $5. As you walk up, each floor has different history. And then you can go outside at the very top, and it has a really cool view. And you can see Defusky, you can see Savannah. So I would highly recommend that. That's really cheap for only $5.
Also in Sea Pines, there's obviously the beach that you can go to. And then on top of it, what I would really recommend, because I think it's just one of the nicest places to kind of just cruise around and check out, is there's a couple different places you can go rent bikes. It's all very flat, and the bike riding in there is just, the paths are everywhere. It's beautiful. You could take the whole family and just bike around for a couple hours. Like, for $9, go rent a couple bikes. Like, what a better way to spend a beautiful afternoon in Hilton Head. Like, go grab lunch, get your $9 back. That's another thing you could do. There's so many different options there. It's really a great place to go spend some time. Really can't recommend hanging out in Sea Pines enough.
My favorite thing to do there is the forest preserve. That's huge. There's the disappearing swamps. There's all these boardwalks. I've mentioned it before. It's really cool. It's also Fisher's Island, where they do the alligator tours at. You can find the shell ring there. It's very big. And so that's my favorite thing to do. And I feel like people complain about paying the $9 fee. I feel like there is so much you can do in there for $9. And like you said, the Lawton Stables, they have the small animal farm. It's very cheap you can get feed them. There's a pony ride. You can do actual horseback riding that I've done too. There's just so much that you can do in there that really $9 isn't that big a deal. And if you're going to spend all day there, you're going to get hungry. So just go to one of these restaurants and get your $9 back too.
And my niece and nephew have the best time just either riding bikes right next to Lawton Stable, where the horses will come up to you and I don't know if you're supposed to pet them, but people are there petting them. A couple people have carrots and stuff, and there's some beautiful bodies of water. You can sit out and maybe see an alligator or two.
And then there's also the huge playground in there too for kids to play at.
Yes. Oh, the playground, the shaded playground too. That's actually a really big secret. My brother-in-law and sister love that playground because it's completely shaded. Super, super cool spot. It's over by the harbor. It's got the big fake alligator, which is kind of cool. Kids love. It's got all these neat little, like, almost like tree fort looking things, but it is completely shaded. So if you're a parent that's sitting out in the boiling sun when it's 80 degrees outside and you want some shade, that's really the playground to go to.
And they always have, during the summer, the Greg Russell concerts underneath the Liberty Tree right next to the park there too. It's in the evenings, but that's also something free to do.